Hello everyone, I'm孟Joe from Taiwan. It's really my great honor to be presented with the Golden Light Award and furthermore have this opportunity to deliver this speech, telling something about my life experience with epilepsy to you. Okay, just a brief introduction of who I am. I was born in Tainan, a lovely city from southern Taiwan, where I would like to invite all of you to come and visit. I specialized in medicine and graduated 2 years ago. Then I became a resident neurologist about 1 year ago. I now serve in a hospital in my hometown. This year, I'm glad to be presented with the role model of teenagers with epilepsy in Taiwan. So this is how I met epilepsy in my life. I actually had noticed my interest in medicine since I was about 15 or 16 years old, studying in the high school then. When I was about to determine which college I would go to, the first seizure came to my life. It was a generalized tonic-clonic seizure, preceded by bronchospasm for tens of seconds, which feels really like when you're drowning. It was literally scary, unforgettable experience for me, and it took 1.5 years for me to find an adequate anti-seizure medication and the adequate dosage of it. Before it attacked about twice or thrice per month, all of which were GTCs. That means some of them may happen in my school, in parties with friends, and in restaurants that no one would come as well. At the same time, I determined my mind to major in medicine in university, partially due to my personal interest and partially due to that I'd like to know more about the disease I have. After 7 years of studying and practicing, now I have chosen the road to get closer to the classical neurological disease. So, I would call it a special journey from being a patient to being a doctor of epilepsy. After the first attack, for some reasons, this popular song in late 1990s from Leon Rimes broke into my mind. At that point, or let's say at that period, I really wondered about what life would be like in my future with this unknown, unpredictable disease. In these few years, even after I started seizure-free periods, this was truly what I thought, that life is unfair. In fact, I still agree on it now, but for many years I kept thinking about what is actually unfair. Some of them are indeed unchangeable. I must get through a longer, tougher path to reach my goals sometimes, such as that I could not ride a motorcycle, which is one of the most popular vehicles in Taiwan, before it became legal last year. Or sometimes it's not even possible for me to reach the goal. For example, I would be rejected if I try to apply for a surgeon. Besides, I can say that social stigma of epilepsy has long been a serious issue in the society of Taiwan, though she is deemed as a highly developed country nowadays. Thus, I think it is especially hard for us people with epilepsy to keep our self-esteem in Taiwan. All of these so-called disadvantages can make our lives seem unfair. However, I also believe that if there's something negative about this disease, there must be something positive as well. That's exactly what I'm looking for years, something positive about epilepsy. And I feel like that I have grasped some of them already. For example, epilepsy had made me a more careful person and forced me to consider how to get away from situations threatening my life. I enjoyed traveling abroad by myself before the coronavirus attack, with doing a lot of work before going outdoors. Also, I can now enjoy being a baseball player or even a motorcycle rider under more security enhancement. I admitted that life may seem unfair because I need to go through a longer path, a tougher path than others. But on the other hand, I have really learned a lot in how to overcome these obstacles. It makes me stronger indeed. Today, I even feel that I'm blessed to have not only the disease, but also what it has brought to me. I believe I'm as lucky as Lou Gehrig as he claimed 100 years ago. What's more unexpected is that I become both a patient and a physician of epilepsy 10 years later. It's such amazing destiny, isn't it? I think this is another example of the advantages I have over others. When patients with epilepsy come to my clinic in the future, it's easier for me to understand what they are trying to tell me. I not only know the side effects of anti-seizure medications written on the label, but I also know how it actually feels and how it disturbs my daily life. I don't have to put myself in their shoes. I'm already in their shoes. Thus, I believe I can manage a successful communications with them. I'd like to open my heart to them in order to reach theirs. It's an article in JAMA Neurology written by an adorable expert of Alzheimer's disease, which received a diagnosis that he has spent tens of years studying in. His dual identity and experience help himself and his patient to manage the disease. I think that's the life I'm looking forward to. Not only do I want to utilize these advantages in clinic, I also want to share my experiences and opinions to more people with epilepsy and their families and friends. Therefore, I started to participate in social activities. I deliver speeches. I fight for the rights of people with epilepsy. I try to do something to remove the obstacles in their lives, just like which had light in front of me. I try to make some impact on other teenagers and call for more participants to accomplish our work. So now, when I look back at the lyrics of this lovely song, I think I should correct it this way. I cannot imagine how life would be if I hadn't met epilepsy. What I want to say in the end of this speech is that even there's something wrong in your brain, just make sure that there's not too much of wrong in your heart. Keep thinking and try to take advantage of what you have, even if that is a disease. I need to thank my dear parents for their huge support in my life. I'd also like to thank my attending doctor, Professor Tai, who is also the speaker this morning, and all my adorable colleagues from the hospital I work in. Most of all, thank you sincerely for listening to my speech. Have a nice day.